My girlfriend openly cheated on me and sent me images and videos of her cheating on me, and I don't know what to do. So about a month ago I started dating this girl I met 6 months prior. We were going good and I was trying to be the best boyfriend I could be. This was my first relationship ever and I wasn't too sure what to do, so of course I made mistakes. There was also the problem that we live about an hour and a bit apart, so it was a bit of a hike to go see each other. It was going all right from my view, but then last night she was at a party and started Snapchatting me. She started sending me videos of her hanging out with his guy, which made me a little uneasy, but I didn't say anything. I am doing homework and so not on my phone for about an hour. After I'm finished, I look at my Snapchat and there are 15 videos of my girlfriend making out and getting handsy with this random bloke. I didn't respond. I couldn't. I did not know what to do. I still don't. I'm just so freaking angry. I want to go to this guy's house and beat the crap out of him, but I know that's a bad idea. It's got me messed up. She doesn't seem to care, as she also puts some of the stuff on her story for 500 plus people to see. I don't know what to do. I want to talk to her but I'm scared. Edit. Damn, this really blew up, huh? Thank you all for the support, it means a lot to me. Edit 2. Due to the number of comments mostly about the fact that she cheated on me, it wasn't even the fact that she cheated on me, that's not what makes me angry and upset. It's the fact that she was so brazen about it and uncaring. She was probably gonna end the relationship in the next 3 weeks anyway. Edit 3/update. She is copping it hardcore. About 100 people knew of me and her relationship. I had about 50 messages of my friends sending her story to me saying, "Dude, do you know about this?" and stuff. I explained it to each and every one. Now she is pretty much getting a piece of everyone's mind for what she did. I am not a part of, but neither am I going to stop it. She deserves it. Girlfriend of almost 4 years cheated on me for a month with her new friend that she said I had nothing to worry about. I apologize if this seems jumbled. My mind feels like a leaf in the blizzard that's blowing outside my windows, as it's only been about a day since I confronted her. We were together for about 4 years, lived together for about 3. We were having some communication problems, but I thought it was because our work schedules were opposite. She worked mornings, I worked nights, so we didn't get to spend much time together. We're both kind of socially awkward when it comes to making friends, so I was initially happy for her when she said she made a new friend at work. Turns out they became more than friends very quickly. I think I started to realize something was up when she stopped openly talking about him, like plans to hang out at our place, but chalked it up to jealousy-based paranoia. She was coming home smelling more often of cigarette smoke, which we had agreed upon early on in our relationship that we wouldn't do. Her new friend is a heavy smoker and, I now know, that he enabled her to smoke. Me saying no to her smoking, my dad had cancer brought on by decades of smoking, so naturally I was against it, and him saying yes apparently made her prefer him. She was getting more and more distant from me, but any time I brought it up, she would always say nothing's wrong. It's just in your head. I really shouldn't have believed her, but this was a relationship that I could always clearly see a future, so I took the bait out of hope that it'd get better. I feel so naive looking back now. More so when I found web searches for a single bedroom apartment that allows cats. We have a cat together, and she said she was helping him look cause he wanted his own place. Took the bait again because I wanted to believe her. I needed to believe her. The final piece was when she came home late from work and openly admitted she had gotten off a couple hours earlier than scheduled but wouldn't say what she had been doing. She ended up falling asleep on the couch. When I was going to work in the morning, I picked up her phone from the floor so she didn't break it and saw the texts from him still on the screen. That he was already hard again and what he wanted to do with his throbbing D the next time. I freaked. My stomach was in my throat. I looked through the other texts. I really wish I didn't. I can't unsee anything. I see them every time I close my eyes. They were both laughing at me about how stupid I was for not knowing. They had been sexting each other for the past month, timestamps showing several times we were together, out with her family for a birthday party, while we were out on a date, while we were lying in bed together at night. This is so out of character from the girl I fell in love with years ago. That's probably the hardest part to come to grips with. I was, and still am, so blindsided by this. When I confronted her, she eventually, after some feigned ignorance, admitted it and said she was leaving me on Monday while I was at work. Just gonna pack up her things and leave. I haven't gone home since I left that morning, and I'm terrified of what I'm going to return to. I'm terrified of seeing them there together. Of what they might do. Of what I might do. I'm just not sure what to do now. I know I have to keep moving forward, but I can't see where I'm going anymore. I'm not necessarily looking for advice, but any given is appreciated. I'm mostly just trying to get this written down and out of my head. Girlfriend cheated and all our friends knew but lied to me. A little backstory. My girlfriend and I were in the same friend group and we were all great friends, hanging out at least 5 times a week. The guy she cheated with was the best friend of our friend's boyfriend. Keep in mind that we all had hung out before, so I knew who the guy was and suspected something was up by the way she acted around him, very flirty and touchy. I called her out on it and she denied everything. Fast forward a couple weeks and she goes to spend the weekend with her girlfriends. She told me no guys were going to be there, and especially not the one I suspected something of. Turns out he was there. When I called her out for cheating, she again denied it and started bawling. We were with our group of best friends and they all vouched for her, saying she didn't do anything. I believed them because they were my best friends, they wouldn't lie, right? For weeks to come, all our friends would call me a douchebag and APOS for accusing her of cheating and that she never did anything. It got to the point where I believed I was the bad guy. Fast forward to now, and I just found out through a drunk mutual friend that everything I accused her of was true. Everybody I thought I could trust lied to me, and my girlfriend had been cheating for months. Currently I blocked everybody involved and have been trying my hardest to move on, but I'm struggling. I see her and all my friends every day on campus, and it's a constant reminder of the pain and betrayal. Being betrayed by one person is hard, but by 6 people you spent almost every day with is soul-crushing. Any advice on how to just function normally again and not think so much about it? I, 26 male, caught my girlfriend, 22 female, of 1 year cheating. I can't seem to let go of her infidelity. Background story. I have been with my girlfriend for about a year now. She is originally from Southern California, going to school in Northern California. I moved in and lived with her since June 2013. Living together was good, we never had any issues with the living situation. Before her I was not looking to be in a relationship and was single for about 2 years. She on the other hand has not been single since 16 for more than 4 months at a time. She wasn't really looking for a relationship when we met, but it was hard being just friends because we had a natural attraction and connection. After about 3 months of talking, we started dating. Things were moving pretty fast, as I moved in with her after 6 months. But everything was good, except for drunken arguments that came up once in a blue moon. I treated her very well, basically like a princess. It's something I can't help but do. She tells me all the time, and so do all her friends and mine, how great of a boyfriend I am and how great I treat her. Basically I was the best thing that's ever happened to her, was what most people that knew her told me. She is the jealous type, but doesn't like to admit it and will go down to the grave denying it. But she's always accusing me of some kind of infidelity when it comes to me and my female friends or acquaintances. Being in an industry where I am around a lot of females, I can see her point at times, but she is also from the same industry, so I would think she would understand also. I am also somewhat jealous, but it's more of I'll treat you the same way you treat me. I am very analytical and have been cheated on by 8 out of 9 relationships before her. I was right 100% of the time. I thought my significant other was doing things behind my back. So here's the beginning of the story. It was Thanksgiving break, so she flew down to Southern California to visit her family. It was the first time she's been back since moving in with her. Everything seemed normal, texts and calls didn't seem any different. Then on her last night out she goes clubbing. Which I don't mind much, as I had a show to perform that same weekend. I noticed she wasn't texting much that day, and that her texts and calls were short, like she was preoccupied. And I just thought she's just enjoying her last day there or getting ready for her night out. The only texts I got that night were her saying, "You're probably sleeping with some girl you got backstage," and, "Where are you? You must be too busy talking with some random girls." I was performing when she sent that to me. When I finished my set, I tried to contact her in any way possible, but she wasn't answering at all. She's the type that always has her phone and always looks at it every 5-10 minutes. So 3-4 hours went by, and nothing. I just thought she was just busy with friends, etc. No text or call that night, which is unusual because every night she at least says goodnight or says she's going to sleep. So it was a bit weird. I didn't hear from her till 4 p.m. the next day. So she flew back to Northern California early next week. I noticed she was texting a lot more, and when I looked over when she was texting, she tilted the screen slightly away or pushed the home button and pretends to do something else. We are open about our phones and Facebook. We don't have each other's passwords, but if wanted to for a reason, we allowed each other to look at messages. This time was different. I asked to see her phone cause I was curious about what happened in Southern California. She immediately took her phone back and said it was her own business and that I could not see what was on her phone or Facebook anymore. Her reasoning was that I should be able to trust her, and if I don't, I shouldn't be with her. That's when I started to realize she might be cheating on me. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt, cause we did do everything together and it would be hard for her to do anything like that since I'm always around. A month passed, and I noticed she put a password on her laptop when opening it, and every time she left her laptop open her Facebook was always logged out. I started getting really suspicious. But at the same time we were happier than ever. So I tried forgetting my suspicions. After a while though, I did figure out her password for her phone by overlooking it a couple times. And I saw no texts from guys other than close friends. So I was pretty relieved. She was going back to Southern California to visit her family for Christmas. The day I dropped her off she started acting strange, trying to get into arguments and being really sensitive about everything. She was back in Southern California. But this time she barely contacted me. I had to text and call her multiple times just to get an answer. And it was all very short. On Christmas Eve I went to go drink with a few of our mutual, female, friends that were in town. I have hung out with them before without her and she didn't mind. But this time she was saying how I was rude and how I should just date them and sleep with them. It was really random and unusual. I tried to contact her a few times that night and she wouldn't answer to anything. Even on Christmas she was upset with me and wouldn't talk to me much. Finally, after a while I apologized for being with our friends without her on Christmas Eve just so I could end this argument. So she flew back to Northern California before New Year's Eve. So I was even more curious now because of how she was acting. So one night while she was sleeping I looked at her phone, nothing was found in her messages, and then I thought to finally look at her FB through her phone. And that's when I saw her messages to another guy. I took a screenshot of everything. The time when she was in Southern California Thanksgiving, she was with him before the club and left her phone accidentally at his house after the club. How she saw and met up with him during Christmas break, how she was with him Christmas Eve and Christmas, how she was with him the last night in Southern California and she missed her flight because she was with him. It tore me apart reading everything. I looked through her messages again, and I come to find she put his phone number under a female's name. It was right before New Year's. I couldn't sleep or anything, but I didn't want to ruin New Year's for either of us and our friends because we had about 5 days planned. So I tried to hold it all in and confront her after the trip was over. I just wanted to have some last good memories before I broke up with her. The whole trip I tried hinting at stuff I found out, but she wasn't taking the bait. She acted normal like everything was fine. Finally, on the last night of our trip, she was drunk and tried breaking up with me over something ridiculously stupid to break up over. So that's when I finally confronted her and broke up with her. It was a 4-hour drive back and everything I had was at her place. We finally got back, and I was packing my stuff up. She was really sad about it all, especially since her close friends that we were with during the trip found out too. She wanted to fix things and said she would be honest about everything, But she thought that we should still be broken up but still have me stay with her most of the time, basically do what we used to do but with a step back. She said that it would be better if she was single so she can focus on her career and how she doesn't want anyone but me still. I don't know how she thinks being single would do that. But it was her choice. All girlfriends I never gave another chance, but she was the first I ever lived with and I grew really attached so I gave it another shot. Being that she was just caught, I explained to her that she needed to change the guy's name to his real name on her phone and that she couldn't talk to him anymore. She agreed. After about a week, I checked her phone and she changed his name to another girl's name again. She was saying to him how she can't stop thinking about him and misses him. This whole time she was trying to fix things with me, saying how much she loved me and wouldn't want to leave without me and I was the best thing ever, and she still goes and does this. So now I'm back at my old apartment. She texts me about how she misses me and wants to see me, but she's at her place getting drunk with a random guy she met from the scene. I know I need to leave, but it's so hard. I really care about her and we click so well in a lot of ways. She's basically my best friend. And it's so hard to lose that. I don't know what to do. I know most people will say just stop talking to her or seeing her, but we both are in an industry where we will always run into each other and we have lots of mutual friends. I need some help on what to do. TLDR. My girlfriend of 1 year cheated on me, and is still talking to the guy she did it with. She's my girlfriend and my best friend, I don't want to lose her. But I need advice on how to leave/stop talking to her.